B-Marsh Boxing, man. We back at it. Let me hear what Povetkin got to say. He on TV. Let's hear what he got to say right quick. Oh, he ain't speaking English. Man, Povetkin, this guy Povetkin, man, 1,000 days. They kept saying Dillan Whyte been a mandatory for 1,000 days, which he been lying. The media been lying. It hasn't been. He was only a mandatory when he beat Oscar Rivas. And when was that? In 2019.
It was okay. It wasn't, too much damage. So, but I got what we have. Talk us through the knockout punch.
Hey, yo, fuck all that shit, man. What's up with you, Chris Caban? Tell me what you seen today, man.
Man, I'm upset, man. I'm shocked. I lost money.
Oh, man.
Something told me not to bet against, because I told you from day one I ain't respect Dillan Whyte's chin.
Yeah.
I told you that years ago.
Absolutely.
But I seen Povetkin last fight, and I thought he was right for the pickings. That's the only reason I picked him.
Yeah, man. Yo. Dillan Whyte got put to sleep. There's no way around that. He got his lights cut off. Night. The canvas was his pillow.
Fury better not play around with this guy neither.
Man, Fury be playing around with his opponents, man. And
this guy can punch, man.
Yep. He fights down to his opposition, you know what I mean? So, yo, let me go through my scorecard. Let me look at it right quick. You know what I'm saying? In round one, I had it a close round. It was a cagey round. Both guys, trying to find their real estate in there. You know what I mean? Dillan Whyte was using his jab. You know what I'm saying? Povetkin was more getting body shots. You know what I mean? He was trying to inch closer, trying to get on the inside. In round two, Dillan Whyte was actually now, he was just tearing him apart with the jab. Jab to the head, jab to the stomach. Lead right hands by the man Dillan Whyte. You know what I mean? Povetkin had some nice a left hook that had the man Dillan Whyte now backing up. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, okay. Povetkin just needs to now more time that left hook, because he caught him in round two and he got him with a nice one. But I still gave round 1 and 2 to Povetkin. Round 3, Dillan Whyte, you know what I'm saying, threw a nice right hand and left hook to the body, and he had a nice exchange with the man Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? Povetkin was landing body shots. Dillan Whyte was also throwing his body shots, and just by accumulation, I gave that round to Dillan Whyte. But round 4, that's when I'm sure a lot of people thought, man, Povetkin's washed up. 39 years old or something. He ain't got it no more, because he got dropped with a 1-2. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice combination by the man Dillan Whyte. It was a 1-2, then a lead straight right hand, and then Povetkin tried to throw a punch, and he got caught with a counter left hook, a short left hook that put him on his knees. He went down. You know what I'm saying? That's one knockdown. Then with 10 seconds left in round 4, the man Povetkin gets dropped with a left uppercut. He got the man Dillan Whyte on the ropes, head on man chest. He throws a left. Povetkin throws an uppercut, misses. Dillan Whyte throws his left uppercut, puts him on the canvas. And then in round 5, man. Round 5, Chris Caban, tell me what you see, man.
I'm hurt. I've lost some words. They playing Dillan Whyte in the damn on the Sky Sports. The people riding in like that's the greatest uppercut of all time.
Yeah. They thought that they probably thought Dillan Whyte landed the best uppercut. Nah, he got caught with his own medicine. The same left uppercut. Don't you know that's what the man? What did Oscar Rivas catch him with? Was it a left hook or left uppercut?
I believe it was a left hook, though.
Yeah, it was one of the two. Damn,
man. It seems like every time, what I tell you about Dillan Whyte, every time somebody go upstairs, he's in trouble.
Yeah. Sure enough, man, he got his lights cut out, man. Got put to sleep with one punch. This is heavyweight boxing. I always thought this was a stupid fight for the man Dillian Whyte.
He got a chin, though.
I thought this was a stupid fight for him coming in to his first fight after the COVID shit or during this COVID. This is a dangerous fight. You know what I mean? This is a fight where he could lose his Mando spot he been talking about, he been having for 25,000 years. And sure enough, just like that, with one left uppercut, his Mando position gone. You know what I mean? All that Rod and Deontay Wilder's Bozak talking about he's scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of you. And that's why I always thought Wilder could beat him, because he ain't got a chin. I seen Helenius shake his legs up. Chisora in the first fight made him do the funny dance at least 2 times. Oscar Rivas dropped him.
Joshua didn't even throw what round was that?
Round 7.
Joshua
when he
throw a hard punch, and
yeah.
he started doing the big hair bounce.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Man, I don't respect that guy chin, man. I don't believe him.
Nah, you can't.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You can't.
Because that was an arm punch Joshua threw.
Wow. I gave him credit for that short left hook he dropped Povetkin with. But man, Povetkin, this fight didn't even go 6 rounds.
Fight knocked him out easy though.
Huh?
Wilder would have knocked him out easy.
Yeah, I believe so. Man, hey, I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I couldn't believe what I saw.
I just got off the phone with Umar like probably about 10 seconds. I had to call right back. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Because as soon as I hung up, he got hit with the uppercut.
Right on time. Man, Povetkin upsets the apple cart, man. Hey, you saw the previous fight, the women's fight, Katie Taylor and Delphine?
Yeah.
Who you thought won that?
I don't know. I don't think Katie Taylor won. I think the other girl might have beat her.
Yeah, I had a close fight, but this fight I had her winning 6 rounds to 4.
Yeah, it was like some swing rounds though.
Yeah. The first fight I had it a draw.
Yeah. Who, the black dude, Clay, and
Now the first fight between Delphine and Katie Taylor that happened last year on Joshua and Andy Ruiz, the first fight undercard.
What about Babbage? That got Babbage, the first fight. You see, watch that.
Now, I knew he'd knock that dude out. I knew he would. Man, there ain't no good fighters out of Chicago.
Babbage should fight Daniel Dubois. That'll be a good fight.
Chicago don't produce a lot of fighters, man. They don't fight, man. They bang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
from Chirac.
Yeah, dude from Chirac. And the other dude from Eastern Europe, and he's like 4-0. I already knew what time it is. They ain't putting this 4-0 guy with that dude from Chicago if he was somebody.
Yeah.
Man, Dillian Whyte position is gone. He got to work himself back
Dillian
up.
Whyte might be the black Pricey.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about chin-wise.
You see, this is what he gets for talking about why would he fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is old. Look, this guy's old. He's the same age as Ortiz. Povetkin. Povetkin knocks him out. Don't you know Dillian Whyte ducked Kubrat Pulev? Oh, yes, he did. IBF mandatory. It was a fight that it was supposed to be over there in Kubrat Pulev country. And Anthony Joshua was absolutely right. He's sitting right there with Johnny Taylor. Not Johnny Taylor. What's that guy? That cruiserweight's name? Johnny whatever. And he predicted whole time that Povetkin gonna win this fight. Anybody from the outside looking in would say, "Yeah, go ahead."
You're making me feel bad. You're talking about anybody from the outside.
No, I was gonna say anybody on the outside looking in would say Joshua hating. Oh, he hating on Dillian Whyte because he just want him to lose.
Yeah, because they got bad blood with it. They got bad blood, but he absolutely right. He probably talking about his chin though.
Yeah, and Joshua KO'd Povetkin, even though he went through adversity, got his nose busted up by round 2.
But he ain't like that because he got Povetkin put it's still in White jaw, man. I'm trying to tell you, he ain't got one.
Yeah. He ducked Kubrat Pulev, man. That fight was supposed to be in Bulgaria. for IBF eliminator. Why he ain't
I'll
take
be
that?
honest with you too, B. Marsh. That first fight with Shazor, I had Shazor winning that fight.
Yeah, that first fight I had a draw. I did. We watched that together. I remember. Cause I was. Yeah, I was out the country for that one. I remember we watched that, man, and I don't know if anybody had Dillian Whyte winning that first fight.
And Shazor is not known as a devastating punch. He had him hurt real bad in that first fight.
I know. He ain't no knockout artist.
That's why I don't respect his chin, man. I ain't never betting on him, man, with that draw.
Man, I looked at the odds this morning, and I was looking at them, and I was like, I would put money on a Povetkin knockout or Dillian Whyte decision. But I just didn't have time to marinate on it, think about it, and put my money on it. Because something came up. I had to leave out. I had to go to the post office today. So, sure enough, man.
I just went by Povetkin last performance.
Who was his last performance against? Oh, yeah, Michael Hunter. A fight I had a draw. I don't think anybody did enough to win that fight.
In the fight.
Ooh.
I thought Hunter might have pulled it off, though.
Yeah, if anybody did win it, I would give it the American Hunter. Yep. Yo, Povetkin comes off the canvas twice to lay out Dillian Whyte with one punch. Is he on? Hey, look, maybe these two guys were juiced to the gills. These two guys are predicate PED offenders. You know what I mean? Was Povetkin?
That's why Tyson Fury better be worried.
Yeah. That left uppercut, man. He threw that from his hip, and he laid this guy out.
Getting in the fight like all the while, let this guy hear that we gonna be in trouble.
Yep. Woo, man, boxing. That's why I love boxing, man. There's no sport, man. The greatest.
The heavyweights.
In boxing, I like. To me, in sports, the greatest highlights is a knockout and a slam dunk on somebody's head or in his face, or a crossover yank somebody, break their ankles. You know what I mean?
It was like a Mike Tyson there uppercut because he went to the side like Mike did.
Yeah. You know, Povetkin is kind of a student of Mike Tyson because he had he used to be trained by Teddy Atlas. You know what I mean? You know, and his most devastating punch is the left hook. Joshua knows all about that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting clipped with that in round 1 and 2 of their first fight, their one and only fight.
Yep. Well, I think, like I said before, I think Dillian Whyte was the weakest link with the heavyweight division of all the top guys.
Yeah, I was always going to pick Luis Ortiz to beat him. I would always favor him to beat Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte ducked him, said he too old. Then he fought this old dude. Let me ask you, Chris Caban, you think this was a dangerous fight? High risk, low reward? I'm not sure what their purses is.
Because if you scheduled to get a title shot, why would you even take a fight like this? It's kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time, especially after not being in the ring. When did he fight? He fought once against Marius Wach, his last fight. I can't even remember when that was.
That was last year, wasn't it?
I don't believe it was. It was last year. You're absolutely right. It wasn't 2020. You know, the man ain't fought in almost a year, and then you fight Povetkin.
After the pandemic, too, man. I told you,
with a new trainer.
Lose fights they're supposed to lose, though.
With a new trainer, too. Man got a new trainer about 3 weeks ago.
Who? Dillian Whyte?
Dillian Whyte, yeah.
Why would you go into a big fight with a new trainer?
I don't know, and that's why he got to pay the consequences, man. You know? Devastated knockout, man. Povetkin might be on the juice, but so might be Dillian Whyte. If they didn't get VADA drug tested, that ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? Man. These two guys are predicate offenders who've been caught more than once juicing, you know? So if they didn't take no precautions, that's on them. And just like that.
At least Wilder was smart enough to take precautions.
Yeah.
Well, that tells you that look at the guy's his brother don't know what he's doing because Wilder like, man, I ain't fighting you in Russia.
I was watching this fight, Slim. Whole time I was watching this fight, and I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck is Povetkin over here fighting in a garden? I would think he could have a whole big crowd over there in Russia, in a arena or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
he's a
know,
bigger draw than Dillan.
he's a bigger draw. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like, why is this fight in a garden? Look, man, Povetkin came to this man Eddie Hearn's backyard, and he upset the apple cart, man. And I looked at the odds. The odds were like he was a 3-1 favorite. If you put 100 down on Povetkin, you win 300 plus your 100 back. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. If he was fighting in Russia, Povetkin probably would kill him though.
And we got some fellas in the chat. Dan the Man Boxer. What's up, Dan the Man? He's in the chat, says that was a brutal knockout. Dan the Man says Whyte has a rematch clause. Oh, okay. I ain't know that. MG. He probably will. MG is here in the chat, says peace. What a knockout. Absolutely. Devastating knockout on elite level. This is the top echelon of the heavyweight class, at least top 5 contenders, you know what I mean? And Povetkin, you know, look, I was watching.
Something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You think, you know, he got a rematch clause. Man said he got a rematch clause in the comment section. But you think after that brutal knockout, you think he's done though?
Nah, Dillian Whyte's still gonna come back. I think he ain't done. As far he probably gonna get knocked out again. But
yeah, because this kind of 2 knockouts, and he ain't really that old.
Yeah, and he ain't look good versus that Marius Walk dude.
He ain't look good against Darius Shazor. He ain't look good against the other guy. What's the other black guy he fought?
Oscar Rivas.
He ain't look good against Oscar. He ain't been looking good. He ain't got knocked out twice.
That was a fight I predicted Oscar Rivas to win. I thought he would win, and I thought he was almost about to win. It was a close fight. And, you know,
this dude is dumb. This dude is kind of stupid, man. Why would you take this fight?
That was dumb, man. That was dumb. Only way I'd take this fight is if we could get a bigger purse, and if we go to Russia and we get some more, you know, just look, man.
You would definitely got knocked out in Russia.
You would have got knocked out in Russia for sure. But you know, he's a fake interim champion, and you know, Povetkin is a guy who, in his country, you know, he brings people to the arenas. You know what I mean? He's a draw over there. And this is a world-class heavyweight fight where the whole world will be watching. So that was hey man, Eddie Hearn ain't got no good matchmakers over there on his stable, man. Because just like Joshua, when they brought Andy Ruiz there, you know what I'm saying? You know, that was, look, man. You can't look, man. You was going to fight Big Baby Miller. I always thought Andy Ruiz was a better fight than Big Baby Miller and a better fighter. And sure enough, he proved that in the first fight. Let me tell you what other fight might be which has these type of upset alert on it too. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. You know
I was about to say that too. I got a feeling Danny gonna beat him too.
Yeah, Danny could do the same thing Povetkin did today, man. That guy, we don't know how he's gonna look after his accident. He's been out the ring since it's gonna be over a year by the time they get in the ring.
And he was just talking funny, but like 4 or 5 months ago he was talking funny.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. You know, look, man. He's been training. I've seen some video of him running up hills and mountains. That's all well and fine. That's what all these guys do. But when a fight is different, and I don't know whether his denture is going to hold. I don't know how he's going to react when he gets hit in the mouth. And his dentures might be shifting in his mouth.
Yeah, I forgot he do got dentures.
You know? Danny Garcia better train, dogs. Danny Garcia, man.
Danny Garcia better let his hands go.
Yeah. He better come to win this fight right here, man, because this is our opportunity. This is all these fighters, man, all these fights from Derevchenko and Jamal Charlo that got an upset written all over it. This the Dominican kid, the banana, what's his name? Jason Rosario fighting the smaller Charlo. That got upset written all over it. That dude big as shit. That dude, One of them Charlo's gonna lose on that pay-per-view, if not both.
I think the big one will win. I think the little one will probably lose before the big one do.
Yeah.
I think
man.
the bigger one is the better fighter to me.
Yeah, me too. But Derevchenko, look.
Fight too. He ain't no scrub.
He ain't no scrub. I thought look, the fight with Triple G was close, and I thought the fight with Danny Jacobs was close too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look at Dillian Whyte. He's walking around. He's awake. He got his Louis Vuitton fanny pack on his neck. You know what I mean? His little book bag. He's disappointed. The pay-per-view shit is out the window now. At least in America, that's how I would go. I don't know about in England. He might still get a pay-per-view after a loss. You know what I mean? Because he was a pay-per-view headliner over there in England.
This shit is crazy, man.
One punch KO, and he's giving the man Povetkin a hug. Povetkin's holding the fake green WBC belt. It's now Povetkin's, and Povetkin is due a shot. According to the WBC, the winner of Povetkin and Dillian Whyte gets first dibs at the winner of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. So this guy, Povetkin, is sitting in the cut. You know what I mean? And sitting in the shade sipping some lemonade. He just waited for the winner. His stock just went up. His one left uppercut.
Damn, man, I lost $100, man.
Nah, yeah. The bet was to put it on Povetkin because he was.
I should have put it on Povetkin.
Yeah.
No, I was betting somebody. I was betting this dude though, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dogs.
Yeah.
Povetkin is back in the mix.
I should have went with my gut instinct because I don't usually like Dillian Whyte. I should have went with my damn gut instinct.
Then the man says Dillian Whyte will come back, but this will psychologically affect him. I agree, and he probably ain't beating no elite heavyweights no more. Damn the man.
He can't beat none of the top guys,
nah,
man. He got knocked out by Joshua. He got knocked out by Povetkin. He fight Fury or Wilder, he gonna get knocked out. I don't think he could beat Luis Ortiz.
Nope.
I don't think he could beat Joe Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could beat none of them guys.
Yeah, he was faking on the man Daniel Dubois. Watch Daniel Dubois if he gets through Joe Joyce, and that's a 50-50 fight. I'm still on the fence on that fight. But I bet you Dillian Whyte would say he ain't worth it. He ain't trying to fight him. He's a nobody. He ain't done nothing. Bet you he won that fight. Dillian Whyte won that smoke.
He ain't no draw like that to be talking like that though.
Yeah. Woo.
I bet you he'll fight him now though. He got knocked out.
Tony Starks in the chat says, "Hey, what y'all think about the Porter fight later on tonight?" Porter's fighting. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't like that fight though.
Yeah, he's fighting a guy we've never heard of, an undefeated guy from Germany. Look, I'm not mad at the fight because he's an elite welterweight, and he's willing to get in the mix. He's coming off a loss. He's not expecting. Everybody's occupied. From Danny Garcia.
I wanted Terence Crawford to fight Sean Porter. That's the fight I wanted to watch.
Bud ain't trying to fight nobody. Bud don't want to fight. Well, it looks like they say Keith Thurman trying to price himself out. $10 million. And if that's the case, he damn sure is pricing himself out.
I want to see that because Keith Thurman said they was lying. He'll send the contract. He'll sign it on live.
Yeah.
So he called me bluff. I want to see what they do now.
But Bud and them and the coach, Bomac, said they showed evidence that the guy is trying to ask for $10 million. He ain't going to make that versus Bud. He's looking for retirement money. He's looking for an escape route out of boxing. He just got pay-per-view money.
I don't even trust Thurman, though, because Thurman always talk shit and then don't be wanting to fight nobody.
Yeah. And that's why his offer.
More if Sean Porter fought him.
They called his bluff on his offer. If I were him, man, I would try to negotiate a fair price versus the man Terence Crawford. Then after that, you're the man if you beat him. You're pound for pound. You have a WBO belt. You talking about you want to fight Errol Spence? Okay, whatever. Or get a rematch with Pacquiao, whatever. You put yourself in position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people stupid.
Yeah. He don't want that fight if he wants $10 million. How you want 10 million and you just coming off a loss? I don't even think he got 10 million versus Pacquiao.
Nah, he didn't get 10 million.
So what's he talking about?
And then on top of that, how many times he been on pay-per-view?
Once?
Yeah.
He acted like he's
Because Crawford was on pay-per-view without Pacquiao.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Devastating knockout though, man. Crushed him, that man. He crushed that man.
Man, I'm mad as a motherfucker right now.
Yeah, man. I know you ain't mad you lost $100. I'm sure you mad you bet on that dude. That's why you
Man, I don't know what I was
thinking, bro. Yeah. I was gonna put money on Povetkin, man. And probably a decision for I'd hedge my bet with a decision on Dillan Whyte.
It's a bad day, man.
So yeah, man, Sean Porter, let me look at that undercard. Who's even fighting on that undercard? Let me go to BoxRec right quick. That fight didn't even go 5 or 6 rounds, man. Povetkin laid him out. Sean Porter. Let's see who's on that undercard. You see Sergio Martinez came back yesterday?
I didn't even watch that fight. I fell asleep.
Yeah, he look old. He is old. He's 45 years old. He even got gray hairs now. You know?
Yeah, man. He should join that league because that thing with Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, that's going to be more old man fights because I would hear Mike talk.
Yeah.
It's going to be a league. He should damn fight Oscar De La Hoya in the fight.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. De La Hoya's like 47. That'd be a great fight. And I got my money on Maravilla. Because, dude, Maravilla was out the ring for 6 years. When last dude fought in the ring? When he lost to Pacquiao. That was like 2008.
Because Mike was saying that them guys can he said them guys still get big names and people still interested in them guys. He said they're going to do a league.
Yeah. All right, so this undercard's not that bad. At least one of the fights on the undercard is Nathaniel Gallagher. That's a dude, the only dude to defeat Jason Rosario, the dude who about to fight Charlo, the dude who beat J-Rock. Well, Nathaniel Gallagher, the Jamaican dude, about to fight that big 6'6", super junior middleweight, Sebastian Fordura.
The
Towering Inferno.
Yeah, the Towering Inferno.
Yeah, he looked like ass in his last fight. I'll tell you that, though. He looked bad in his last 2 fights.
The Towering Inferno, that 6'6", 154 guy.
Yeah.
654 pounds.
Yeah, man. 154, man. Dude's 6'6". Yep, he gonna fight.
That motherfucker gotta be built like Bo.
Yeah, he do. He's like a Bo for 154 division.
That shit crazy, yo. Nobody can be able to fuck with that dude. Too big.
Yeah, well, tonight I think he's 14-0 and 9 KOs. I think the Jamaican dude could cause an upset, Nathaniel Gallagher. Nathaniel Gallagher's a tough dude. That fight he had with J-Rock.
Who did he fight? He fought him real well.
His last fight, he lost a point decision to Erickson Lubin. You know what I mean?
Okay, that might be.
Yeah, but he beat Jason Rosario. He's beat he lost to J-Rock Williams, which was a close fight that could have gone either way. You said what?
I said I see the J-Rock fight because I thought J-Rock. I didn't see the Eric Saluda, bro.
Yeah, that was his last fight.
I ain't watched Eric Saluda since Cincinnati was hyping him up, and he got.
Yeah, Eric's a little bit on the comeback trail, man. He'll probably be due for a world title in 2021.
Well, God bless him because he got bad. Who was it? He fighting the
Yeah,
1 minute and some change, whatever it was.
the Chalo dude sparked him out.
I can't believe this shit, bro.
So, Ben, did you see the knockout? You see Dillian Whyte get KO'd?
The funny part about it was like me and Chris was just running out of nothing. And then I was like, yo, Chris, did the fuck up? And then we figured I was in the 4th round.
Mm-hmm.
So we both, I hung up with him and I was checking the fight. I was just about to run to the store. Dillian knocked down twice in the round. I was like, I don't want to leave now because I think Dillian gonna get him out of the next round.
Right?
Yo, that mean uppercut and swept him because you got caught. As soon as you head hit the ground, you got coffee. I was like, I don't get over that.
Yep. That shit was a wrap. One punch knockout, Mike Tyson style.
Yo, your man Povetkin got a few of those under his belt. Sweeping back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust the Povetkin dude though.
Yeah, he might be juiced to the gills, man.
Well, he probably is juiced, man, especially for the pandemic. You know they expecting like they would be. You know he's traveling around doing viral testing right now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, man. This was a bad fight. Bad decision for Eddie Hearn. The matchmakers fucked up with this one. How you gonna put this man? Dillian Whyte been crying for a title shot for 3 years. How you gonna put this man in there versus Povetkin when his next fight he's due a title shot? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That shit out the window now.
They should have put him in there with a cup though.
Exactly.
Eddie Hearn's thinking about his fucking pocket because he himself.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in there with somebody.
Eddie Hearn was thinking about pay-per-view in his back garden, in his backyard. That's what he was thinking about.
And he's not thinking about being. Look, I don't like it. I don't fuck with him at all. I think he's a cheater. But at the end of the day, the dude only lost twice.
Yeah, he lost the world champions to Klitschko and AJ.
Exactly. That's it.
Yep.
So you know how to handle it, bro.
I thought he lost the Marco Huck fight, but he got the decision. But on his resume, like you said, only 2 losses.
Yeah, he did. That's the fact. That's Marco came up with cruiserweight. He did lose that fight.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, though, Dillian Whyte ain't got no jaw.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, he been down. We gotta start calling the Dillian. We gotta change his name from the villain to the Black Price.
Yep, he is.
God damn. Man, nah, man, he got shoot by. Let's look at the. Let's go. I'm gonna go down to history. You tell me I'm wrong. Joshua knocked him out. Chisora had him doing the bacon head bounce in the Texas 2 still we got here.
Yep.
And Chisora is not a big puncher.
And Hellenius made him do a funny dance too.
I don't know why he heard that. And I told somebody, I'm like, man, I bet on him, but I got a funny feeling about this damn fight.
Yeah. You know, that's why I didn't do a...
Where you pick the fights every week. And at first, I picked Dillian KO, and I was like, nah, I can see this fight going to this. And at the last minute, I swear, I was like, yeah, Povetkin might knock this dude out, yo.
Yep. Povetkin left hook.
Respect that man, shit, bro.
That man left hand could knock out any heavyweight in boxing, in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to fight him back in the time. I think Hunter beat Dillian Whyte.
Yeah, he would.
I think Hunter will beat.
He'll outbox him. He got better stamina. Yo, what going, Nati? Nati Turner in the chat. What the deal, Nati? Nati said the man get mashed up. Straight up, man. The man got mashed up, got put to sleep.
Natty, I bet it on Dillian Whyte. I'm mad as hell.
Yeah, man. We got Tony Starks in the chat. No, Todd Fresh 600 says the problem that Thurman has is that he ducked everyone that he is trying to fight with him when he had a belt. Absolutely. And that's why we know he's a fraud. How is it that now you ain't got a belt? Now you want smoke with Errol Spence. Now you want Bud Crawford. You held them belts hostage when these guys didn't have a belt, and you told both of them, go get a belt, then we can unify. And he ain't do none of that. He waited for 41-year-old Pacquiao, and he thought Pacquiao was sweet. He got put on the canvas in the first round. I knew that fight was over, even though it was a close fight. But
I told y'all that before the fight that Pacquiao was gonna beat him because I see something that he does that I don't like. He pulls out with his chin in there.
yeah, yeah, I picked Pacquiao to win too. All right.
Yeah, Thurman holds his fucking head by his way too much to fuck around with. Yeah, Pacquiao's too fast.
Yeah, he too fast for that shit. He talking about he want a rematch. Pacquiao gonna beat him again, bro.
Yeah. Todd French 600 in the chat says, LMAO, Whyte is garbage. I wouldn't bet $2 on Whyte.
Oh, you trying to be funny?
You trying to be funny. I think Todd Fresh 600 is down where you at, man. If I'm mistaken, I think Slim told me he down in NC. You know what I mean?
The only reason I bet on Dillan Whyte because I looked at Povetkin last two fights. I wasn't really feeling that shit.
Yeah, he looked older.
With Hunter, there's some with the Hunter.
We got Finks Art of Boxing. What's up, Finks? He's in the chat, says, man got knocked the F out. Beautiful slip counter lead hand uppercut. Yeah, it was beautiful. As Mike Tyson looked like. It looked like Mike. Against PP in the joint, got the watching emoji. He says, Gallimore is going to knock out Fundora tonight. I wouldn't doubt it. Because he looked like garbage in his last two fights against everybody Fundora going to fight is going to be shorter and have a shorter reach. The last opponent.
He don't use his reach, though.
No, he don't. He don't. Against PP might be on one, man. I might have to look at them betting odds. Against PP says it's a report that Dillan Whyte getting a rematch clause. Like, nah, dude, yeah. Dan the Man said that earlier in the chat.
For what? I don't want to see that shit again.
PNC King.
He gonna bring that chin right into the rematch.
PNC King says he wants some money. You know PNC King be on the betting, dogs.
Oh, PNC King. I'm betting on that. I'm betting on Dillan Whyte, man. Dillan Whyte pissed me off.
Yeah, man. PNC King. I do, but PNC King been said it. I heard him on EJ joint earlier, and he said he got his money on Povetkin. So he had that, and that was early in the week. So he on one.
Somebody told me. I just thought it would be. I'm like, man, I bet this. I ain't bet on the. I bet it with this dope boy.
Yeah.
And he in the box and he keep up with the sport, but I just didn't think Povetkin would pull it off because he looked like shit.
Games PP says Pulev was sitting on that Mando spot fighting Rodell Bookers of the world. Yeah, Povetkin, you know. Povetkin was at Mando for the WBC belt for a while. And he was supposed to fight Wilder.
I ain't seen him since he fought James Toney.
Yeah. Games PP. Go ahead.
Man, he ain't gonna get no more title shots.
That dude had an opportunity to fight AJ when Big Baby popped dirty, and he said, "Nah, I'm cool." But that's because the contract. He was saying that in the rematch clause, AJ would still get more money than him, even if he beats him and would be a champion. Look, man, you got to take risks, and the risk you took tonight wasn't worth it.
Nope. Coronavirus fight.
Especially after coronavirus.
What did I tell you when during the corona? I told y'all guys that people gonna lose matches they ain't supposed to. I was surprised that Danny Garcia beat Errol Spence.
Yeah, man, Danny Garcia, man, he got it right now. All the Charlos, both of them, they under the same kind of scrutiny right now because both the guys that Charlos fighting can beat them. You know what I mean? Because of how they've looked in previous fights. And Jason Rosario, man, I don't think that was a fluke what he did to J-Rock. He was just a better fighter than J-Rock.
I want Hearn to get a rematch with J-Rock because I think that was a. I picked Hearn to win. I think Hearn to beat him next time they fight.
Yeah, Hearn got to get back in position.
Who's Danny Garcia fighting?
He fighting Errol Spence.
Yes.
Yeah, pay-per-view, October.
When? October?
Yeah, man. Spence is vulnerable, man. If Danny on top of his game, he could have an upset like Povetkin tonight.
He's about to get his ass whooped. And then when you fuck with that, then unless
I don't know. Last time I saw Errol Spence, he was talking slurred.
Yep.
On TV.
I'm just saying, unless his brain got knocked loose in that car accident. That's a different story.
We got You said what?
Then in trouble.
Man, the COVID-19 gonna put. I bet you a lot of people this damn 2020 gonna get hit by a lot of people somewhere else watch.
Yeah, man. Yep. We might see one tonight. Matter of fact, I think even Elite Alvarez fights tonight. Versus what's tonight? The 22nd, right? Yeah, that's a good fight, man. I'm on that one. That's a good fight right there. Yeah. You said what?
Anybody see Sergio Martinez?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I covered that joint.
D-Mar said he was ass. Then he looked ass, man. He looked old.
Yeah, his opponent wasn't that good, wasn't really throwing back. He did have a nice knockout. The knockout was beautiful. You know what I mean? But I don't want to see Sergio fight no more.
You know who he still fight? I'm for you right now. He fight Oscar in 3 fights. Both of them 3 2 up, they fight each other.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Oscar. Those type of guys, yeah. Fight Oscar De La Hoya.
That's all we was just talking about, because that old man league that Mike's starting up, he said it's going to be a lot of, he said that him and Roy Jones ain't going to be the only fight. Nah, Roy was like, he's back on, Roy was like, I think Roy wanted more money or something. Yeah,
because now they're going to be fighting in front of a crowd. And Roy Jones also wants VADA testing.
Mike ain't on no steroids.
Mike urine dirty though. He be smoking weed.
That dude a fucking body. Mike ain't got the weed to go 3 rounds no more, man. What the fuck you VADA testing for?
Yeah.
He's scared about getting hit, that's all.
Yeah.
He don't get hit because he ain't got the reflexes no more.
Exactly. The reflexes is gone. That might get you fucking up.
Plus, he ain't really used proper boxing skills. He was depending more on his reflexes his whole career.
Yep. And Mike, one thing about Mike was always around.
Yeah, Roy Jones just got to fight a perfect fight and take him past round 5. But if he get caught at any time, it's a wrap. It's a wrap because we know what his jaw made of. Paper mache.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, Mike got the axe murder the first.
Yeah, man. We got
I said, oh shit! I ain't talked to B-Motion about a month. As soon as I called, B-Motion was already waiting for me.
Yeah, man.
He must have knew I better for Dillan.
Right, because right when you hit the joint, hit the line, I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. And I already knew you was hitting me up, what it was about, what you just seen.
Yeah. As soon as I saw her, like, this motherfucker, that's what I said.
Yo, those are the type of fights you go to the bathroom because you think Povetkin is about to get flatlined.
Me and Umar were like, we knew the fight was over when he dropped him, though.
Dropped him twice, right? Yep. Beautiful joint.
Dylan White sent out of order.
All right, let me see what Fat Fella's saying in the chat. PNC King says he bet 3 bets on Povetkin. Damn, what you bet on? What? A knockout? What else? What other way you could win some money? Probably the round you picked? I don't know.
PNC, don't rub it in my face, PNC.
PNC be kicking up off the bets, man. At one time I was on the road too, but I'm a kind of guy like if I get some nice paper, I'ma chill for a while. I'ma take some out, I'll leave some in my account, and then I'ma just wait and see when's the best time to bet on a good fight that the odds are really favorable. I think, Del Boy in the chat, Blue Collar Sports, what's up, Del Boy? Del Boy, I think even he had a video, a betting odds video about Povetkin versus Dillan Whyte. So yeah, man, Blue Collar Sports, Del Boy says, came into the ring in a bulletproof vest, nearly left the ring in a body bag. Yeah, man, Dillan Whyte came into that. What's that music you be listening to? What's that song he came into the ring? I know KRS-One, they did it. I got a dope beat, the BDP joint.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What's the sample, man? It's a classic rock joint.
Yeah, I know what song you did. I forgot.
You know that joint. Got a dope beat, BDP shit.
Yeah.
That's what Dillan Whyte came into the ring with. Thinks out of boxing in this joint, laughing at what Blue Collar said. Gaines PP said Fondura don't jab. And he said Povetkin won the PED heavyweight championship. Yeah, man. Both these guys might be juiced, man. And like Ben Umar says, ain't nobody doing no drug testing. These guys all doing this COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Somebody gonna get knocked out.
PNC King says he got money on Joe Smith. Joe Smith is the underdog. I got Alvarez winning the fight. But
What fight is that?
Joe Smith Jr. versus Elite Alvarez tonight. WBO 175-pound eliminator.
I picked Lee Alvarez in my group.
Alvarez too. He a better boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be able to outbox Joe Smith Jr., but
Joe Smith land on him. He might be a long night.
Yeah, Joe Smith is strong. He don't get tired. He's just not a better fundamentally sound boxer than Alvarez.
I'm still pissed off that Joe Smith for beating up B-Hart like that, though.
What about what he did to Jesse Hart the last fight, man? He beat the shit out of him. He had dude running, man. Jesse Hart ain't want. Yeah.
Jesse Hart trash, though.
He is, but at least fight. Yeah, professional. Joe Smith, man, just ragdolled him.
I know.
Yeah.
Hyping him up, too. Because your peoples can fight, don't mean you can fight.
Yeah, man, we got a big upset, man. Big upset. Yep, that's Dillan Whyte.
Why could it be? Because every time you step up, you get knocked out.
That man was a dummy for taking this fight, man.
That was dumb as fuck.
Yeah, because this... Yeah, in front of nobody. In Eddie Hearn's backyard. Yeah. Man, he was just trying to get some pay-per-view money. Look. This fight right here, man, was a high-risk, low-reward type of fight, man. You can't take these type of fight. And it's like that. It's going to be like that for Errol Spence, Danny Garcia could upset that apple cart. People going to stop talking about Errol Spence versus Bud. They're going to be talking about Danny Garcia and Bud Crawford.
tied in the amateur.
Yeah.
They both have to take short money for that fight. So what?
Yep. Danny's salivating, man. He's gonna take that opportunity, and hopefully he do something good with it, man. This a type of fight could solidify Danny in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? If he gets this W, you know, we could start talking about maybe if he's a Hall of Famer.
It's that W.
Yeah. You see, fighters these days don't beat pound for pound fighters no more. That's why guys, you know, if you look at the pound for pound list, a lot of these guys are not tested by nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's how you get into the pound for pound rankings, you know? That's how guys like Rigondeaux, when he beat Donaire, he was the underdog in that fight.
You know what I'm glad they fight is that we're about room for some amazing.
You said what?
I'm glad they fight because we're about amazing Garcia. I ain't ever thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You gotta beat somebody to beat somebody. Yes, indeed. So, man, tonight we got some fights on PBC on Fox. Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Yeah, PBC on Fox at 8 o'clock. Let me look and see. Oh, you know, that Elite Alvarez, it might be on ESPN app. What's it called? ESPN Plus. Let me look at the TV.
I got ESPN Plus though.
You still got that? True.
I don't got none of that shit.
I used to have that one.
I had to get the bundle because of my daughter. I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Disney.
Right. It comes with the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fights, the boxing ain't gonna be on ESPN or regular ESPN. That fight's gonna be on the app, on the ESPN app, because tonight on ESPN they got UFC fights. Huh? Who in UFC? Nah, I didn't see. I don't be watching. I just know that the guy Daniel Cormier got his eye gouged out in his last fight.
Oh yeah, that was
last weekend.
Talk about this dude, right? He get up and I have my man drunk in the head with a fucking straight in the head and put a weapon down. That's great.
Oh yeah. When was that? Last weekend?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
It was probably last weekend.
We got Legend 27 in the chat. He says Dillan Whyte still don't remember what happened. I'm sure. He got his lights cut out. And that wasn't no sneaky knockout. He got put out to sleep. He was asleep before he hit the canvas. Because you see how his big ass hit his head on the canvas? His head bounced like a basketball.
That's why I don't think he's going to be the same. He having too many wars and he got knocked out twice.
Yeah. 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 The Joshua joint, he got his lights cut out too, or at least his eyes rolled in the back of his head when he was sitting on the ropes with that uppercut.
He was on the road. He was on the road.
Yeah. His knockouts be comical.
I ain't trying to be funny though. Every time he get knocked out, he lays on the ground funny.
Yeah. He'll get knocked out like a Zab Judah versus Kostya Zoo, where at least he gets up and he's like, "Come on, man, that's a best die." He gets put to sleep. Ain't no need to count.
Yeah, that ref didn't even count. He looked at me and that shit off.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's boxing heavyweight division, man. You know, this is a risk, a very dangerous risk fighting this guy who only had 2 losses to 2 guys who are world champions. You know.
Dillan Whyte is the Black Bryson now, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. You see, this type of fight right here is too dangerous to go into when the WBC has guaranteed you to fight. He's been walking around with that fake WBC belt, saying it's the same exact belt Wilder had. Now you ain't even got that. You ain't got nothing. No Mando spot. You just there.
Yep. And now Walker's gonna be clowning. It's gonna be his turn.
This is like Chris and Ben, remember what's his name? When Jesse Ferguson back in the 90s, he beat what's that dude who Ray Mercer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Ray Mercer was supposed to get that shot at Riddick Bowe for all the belts, undisputed.
Yep.
Jesse Ferguson, old ass, beat him.
Yeah, he goes around with a motherfucker like that.
Yeah. And then Jesse Ferguson got knocked out in like 2 rounds by Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this is what's so funny. You know the man Tyson Fury right now. You know that something.
Yeah, man.
I know that because every time he fights down to the level of competition, every time he don't fight a top guy, he looks like shit though. He does not play with Povetkin.
Yeah, I think he can beat Povetkin. I don't know if he's gonna sleep on him. Povetkin gonna be trying to reach for heaven, trying to catch him with that left hook.
But he has been caught before.
Yeah.
Let's not be on the ground by a cruiserweight.
True.
Look, I wouldn't be mad if Povetkin Fury's big goofy ass, but I don't think he's no fucking wrong.
Man, he better not fucking play with that dude. He better make that dude take a drug test too.
Absolutely. Both of them.
Been smart against Povetkin with Wilder. Wilder said, "I'm not going over there to fight your ass."
Nah, but Wilder was going there. You don't remember?
Yeah,
Povetkin and then won the purse bid. Povetkin. Yeah, Wilder was already in Europe. I believe he was in England training. So it was going to be a short trip to Russia. When they heard that motherfucker pop dirty, they got to fight back to Alabama.
Yeah, I remember when they told him going back on the plane. That shit was funny as hell. I was like, man, I wouldn't fight you either, too.
Yeah.
And then, once that fight they had him take, he popped dirty and nothing happened to him. He knocked the dude out. I forgot what fight that was.
Duhaupas.
Yeah, Duhaupas.
Duhaupas. It was supposed to be Povetkin versus Bermain Stavern. But Bermain Stavern popped dirty for some kind of ointment. That's a banned substance by the WBC.
I don't recommend no black fighter fight Povetkin. I've been saying that for years.
What's that dude he knocked out with a jab that time?
Mike Perez.
That's what you talking about.
Mike Perez, the Cuban.
I knew he was on drugs. That's before the shit came out with drugs. I said, he knocked him out with a jab.
He knocked him out with a jab in like round 2.
I said, that bitch on drugs.
And then I think the fight before that or after that, he fought Takum. And Takum was winning that fight. I'm watching that fight like, oh shit, Takum might win this fight. Then he get caught with one left hook, he get put to sleep.
That dude's left hand is like you got two plates in that shit.
Yeah, that motherfucker like Ivan Drago.
Man, when he was with Teddy Ellis, he wouldn't knock people out like that.
That's the real Ivan Drago.
That's because when he was Teddy Ellis, he was based in America. He get away with all the drugs. He's taking it.
Yep. Hey, Wilder was gonna go to Russia, dogs. He was gonna go to Russia. He had no choice. He was gonna get his biggest purse. Anybody know the champion, even though dude was about to get more than Wilder, he was gonna get his biggest purse at the time that he'd ever had. Cause our Povetkin team, Ryabinski and them won the purse bid. And there was some money in the escrow. I forgot how much. More, like a few million more. I think 3 million for the winner. And Wilder was gonna go over there, man. Man, I wanted to see that fight so bad. I knew something was going wrong, was going to be up, because I remember that's when I first came on YouTube, and I was like a month before the fight, like they had no TV date for that shit. I was like, what the fuck, man? We gotta see our American champion versus dude going to Russia, and before they even had a TV date, dude popped dirty. Wilder, man, he got a shot to win the third fight. I hope that man is in seclusion, cause he been we ain't been seeing him or heard from him. I hope he was twerking. That's the last time I seen him too, July 4th.
I wasn't paying no mind. Who want to call me up on it? He want to say, I don't like that shit, man.
I ain't like that shit neither. And I ain't gonna make no video about that shit neither. I ain't gonna make no video of no grown ass man twerking. I don't give a fuck if I like it or if I don't like him. That's what I'm not gonna do. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a ball. You do. You gave the same energy when what's his name? His brother was humping people in the ring.
Yeah. You going in and out, Ben? I ain't hear you.
No, I said I keep the same energy. When you put that TV show on the
Yeah, he breaking up.
Say it was when he was on that TV show that time.
When who was?
I think Wilder was on that TV show.
Mike Tyson was on the TV show the white leather pants. I had to disown his ass.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This niggas, man, I get rid of them quick. When your man Bruno was in the damn hot tub, butt naked, with the other nigga, with no bitches around, I had to disown him.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I ain't see that. Oh shit.
It was him and another nigga in the hot tub. No big butt ass nigga. Like, what the fuck? The bitches was in the crib and these niggas are still in the hot tub.
I heard about it. I ain't see it, man.
I don't know. I seen Charlo wearing some crazy pants one day.
Nah, the pants ain't what bothered me. When you got the tight boxing boy pants on and then you shaking your ass. That's
hey, Ben. What about your man? What about your man from Brownsville? Your man from Brownsville when he had them sandals. What's that guy's name? Curtis Stevens.
He's like, why you worry about my shoes? That's what I was doing. Curtis
I feel you, man.
Because I thought the shoes was fake. I thought the picture was fake.
Yeah, like I said, who goes on this dude Twitter and the dude said,
Yo, he said, nigga, why you worry about my shoes? And I was like, wow, this nigga confirmed it.
Yeah.
Because you thought I photoshopped that shit.
I did. I thought Chris photoshopped that shit. I thought it was bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's what he get for wearing them fucking sandals. He got knocked the F out by David Lemieux.
I was happy when Lemieux put his ass to sleep. He deserved it.
Yeah, because he had no business coming out the house with those, man. I wouldn't even put those on my daughter.
I still got that damn picture because I just saw it. I said, what the fuck you worry about what's on my feet?
That's why Curtis Stevens went down to 154 and he got knocked out by Wale Amatosa, and Amatosa don't knock out nobody.
Yeah, he ain't got no chin either.
Yeah.
Just like his cousin that got knocked out by Sakio B. He a cop in Atlanta now.
And your man Paulie Malignaggi went full-fledged racist all of a sudden. I don't know what the fuck happened to his number, his goofy ass.
Yeah, man. Paulie from Bensonhurst, man.
Yeah, I know. But he hit that shit well, bro.
Yeah.
Probably was one of them dudes that would chase my man.
Yusuf Hawkins.
Yeah, he around the same age. Could have done that.
Yeah, that's well. You know why he held it? He hit it so well when he was a boxer. But once he became a commentator, he had to talk to him.
Yeah.
You're gonna spill out.
Yeah, man.
He got fired, right? He got fired, right, for that.
Yeah, he got fired, but I think he's still with Sky Sports.
Okay, well, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they can have him.
Yeah, they can have him. I just know that
he's jobless because he don't really be on Sky Sports like that, though. Not for all the fun.
I don't even know who was commenting tonight, but I do know they were being very biased for Katie Taylor. Who was it?
They got knocked out by the dude from Canada.
Who?
He got knocked out by what?
Who you talking about? Was it Aaron Parker or one of them dudes? I don't know.
The dude that got knocked out by some low place boy.
Oh, Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew.
So who was it? Tony Bellew?
Yeah, Tony Bellew was up there.
Yeah, I seen Tony Bellew. Who else was with him? Who else was the other person?
It wasn't Paulie. Paulie ain't been up
It wasn't Paulie, I know.
Paulie wasn't up there tonight.
Nah.
They're gonna wait a while before they put Paulie back on TV. He'll catch on somewhere. They're gonna wait probably about a year or so before they bring him back.
Paulie been calling the scrub fights lately when he was up there.
Yeah, well, this is a Sky Sports pay-per-view.
Yeah,
This what he do.
Big fights to beat that dude that got knocked out by my man. He be calling the big fights.
Sky Sports commentary fell off ever since Jim Watt retired. You know, I used to watch Jim Watt. I used to hear people on YouTube always hating on him. I'm like, what the hell they talking about, man?
Jim Watt was the Scottish guy, right?
Yeah, the Scottish dude.
Yeah, I used to love him.
Yeah, man.
His accent alone entertained.
Exactly. His accent alone was just classic British boxing. You know what I mean? And now they even got Americans now, like Paulie Malignaggi, man. I mean, I just put that shit on mute now.
What about, what you think about what Carl Frost said not long ago that he would have beat Canelo and Triple G?
So he was at 168. Triple G, he had a shot at beating because he would have to come up. And Cannoli at the time, he probably could beat both of them. He probably could.
I think he would have beat the shit out of Triple G, but I don't know.
You got to think of that Cannoli at that time. You know, when Carl Frost retired, when was his last fight? Like 2014, 15 or something? 2014, as a matter of fact. That big 80,000.
He was, because Whatmagall was still fighting at 154. He said if he was in his prime right now, he could beat Canelo.
Or if he was in his prime right now and Canelo is where he's at right now? Nah, I don't know. I don't think so because Carl Frost could get outboxed. He could get outboxed. You know?
But at 168, you think Canelo will beat him? He don't really campaign up there like that.
Nah, he don't. He don't. You know, but just, you know, look, man, guys like Jermaine Taylor was outboxing dude the whole fight till he put him to sleep. Yeah, that was washed up Jermaine Taylor who came from a lower weight, who was just outboxing him. Then he got caught. And when he get caught, he don't know how to clinch. He just protects his face with more punches to the face. Jermaine Taylor, you know what I mean? You know, a old Glenn Johnson arguably beat Carl Froch. So, you know, it could go either way, but I probably would favor Cannoli because he's from, he's Mexican. I'll favor his style the Mexicans or American style over Carl Froch, you know what I mean? That's why Canoli, look, if you see what Canoli doing, he only trying to fight Europeans these days. Only. Rocky Fielding, Canoli. He's not trying to fight Yildirim. Who else? He ain't trying to fight no Mexican, right? And he ain't fighting no brothers from the States. So the easy pickings is them European stand-up, straight-up fighters, you know what I mean? And Canoli too slick for him. He too slick for him.
Was Jacobs, right?
Yeah, Jacobs was the only one in the last, yeah. And I give him credit for that, you know what I mean? He beat Jacobs. Yeah, man, so Canoli just trying to fight Europeans. He said he ain't fighting no Mexicans ever again. He fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., though. He did?
But where he clipped, because he back to fighting that Canelo weight, because he only 160, 116. What is he doing?
Yeah, man, he's all over the place. And DAZN rejected that fight between him and Avni Yildirim.
The zone mad at him and Triple G.
Yeah.
Triple G don't want to.
Yeah.
Zone trying to get Triple G to fight Andrade.
Yeah. DAZN paid both of those guys stupid amount of money. They even broke off Triple G some kind of percentage in the DAZN company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but when I was reading, one of the deals was when he signed a contract, he was supposed to fight Andrade.
Yeah. And he trying to fight this Saramente guy I never heard of. They've been talking about that fight for a whole year now.
They were trying to, I heard too, they were trying to get out their contract with Triple G because he ain't living up to his contract.
Yeah. Yeah, the zone is losing over there, man, because Canoli, they've rejected his fight. They want him to fight somebody.
They want him to fight somebody with a name.
Yeah, man, and he should. And Triple G's trying to fight a guy we've never heard of. They gave both of these guys a lot of money.
They want him to fight Andrade. He don't want to fight him, though.
Yeah.
Because what was supposed to happen, Andrade and Triple G was supposed to win the winner with Canelo and Jacobs.
Yep.
Because I read that in the article.
Yeah, man. So we'll see what they do next. Look, what if they put Canoli and Golden Boy under pressure? If DAZN is going to reject that fight, and the WBC said that fight will be for the vacant WBC title that dude Benavidez just lost on the scales on last Friday, where they going to have that fight, man? What they going to do? Canoli going to say, okay, I'll just forego my vacant WBC title shot? What he gonna do? His only other option is to fight the Callum Smiths and the Billy Joe Saunders at 168, who do have a title. DAZN gonna accept those fights. That's his only option, man. It's back against the wall.
The zone said they're gonna try to cut it first.
And I can guarantee you this, because Callum Smith got a little fake-ass WBC title too, right? A diamond belt or something. If Canoli accepts to fight Callum Smith for his WBA 168-pound title, and he also got the Ring Magazine title, I can guarantee you the WBC will place that title vacant. So the winner of that fight gets 2 straps, you know what I mean? Like how they did Lomachenko and Luke Campbell. You know what I'm saying? They put a vacant WBC joint on the line for the franchise guy, Lomachenko.
So I forgot, I ain't talked to you since they announced that fight. Now we're going to get Teofimo and Lomo fight.
Yeah, great fight, man. I wish Corona ain't happened because I was going to see that fight live. I was going to go to New York for that. It's a very good fight, man. Very good fight, man. I'm leaning towards Lomachenko right now, you know, but I'm going to watch some more film. I'm going to watch his last couple fights because
I'm going to make my decision 2 weeks before the fight. I'm going to go back and watch their last 5 fights.
Yeah. I mostly want to watch the Linares Lomachenko, Pedraza Lomachenko, and Luke Campbell because he faced adversity in all 3 of them fights. Them fellas' face looked fucked up against Pedraza. His face got battered. He still won the fight. I think he stopped him, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah, he dropped him twice and he stopped him. You know, but he got touched up, man. And this guy's a bigger puncher, Teofimo, than both of those guys. I don't know how good of a boxer he is, though. I don't.
He's a bigger man too, because
Yeah.
I think Lomachenko best weight might be 126.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because dude's pushing 140. He's ready to bust out the 140 anytime soon. Teofimo. Just like Devin Haney. He's a big 140 guy. Everybody he fought smaller than him. Devin Haney. I'm sorry, 135. Yeah, man. So.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to see Tank fight Leo Santa Cruz, though.
You said what?
I don't want to see Tank fight Leo Santa Cruz.
Nah, I don't. I don't want to. You think he gonna hurt Leo Santa Cruz?
I truly believe he will.
Ooh. I think this fight's at 130 with 2 titles on the line. 135 WBA that Tank holds, and he holds a minor belt because the real WBA champ is Lomachenko.
The fight is at 130.
But I think the fight is at 130. And dude missed weight in his very first fight at 135. And then he fought Gamboa, and that was against Gamboa, and he didn't look good.
I don't see him making 130.
Yeah, they might throw that man, what's his name, some extra money.
Yeah, there you gonna beat the shit out of him for real.
Yeah. This dude got a jaw, though. He do got a chin.
Yeah, but he ain't been in there with nobody. He ain't been nobody's punching.
He ain't been in there with a big puncher like Tank Davis, though. Well, you're right. It's a tough one. I got Tank winning, but man, you know, I think Leo Santa Cruz with the experience. You know, Leo Santa Cruz hasn't fought a black dude since like 2012. Oh, that last time, and he hasn't fought an American black dude. His first world title was at bantamweight, and he fought a South African black dude for a vacant title, and that's the last time he fought a black dude, because he been fighting strictly just Hispanic dudes and what's his name? What's that guy's name? Frampton. He fought him twice. You know, so it's going to be a good fight, I think, man. I think it's going to be a good fight as it gets closer. I didn't want to see it, but I think the man, what's his name? I don't think he coming to lay down for Tank Davis, man, Leo Santa Cruz. I think Tank will win, but I won't be surprised if the dude exposes him. The gas tank and the accumulation. You see, dude got a habit of not throwing punches like that neither. He showed that in his last fight, versus Gamboa, versus a 38, 39-year-old. Tank Davis throwing like 10 punches in a round. Leo Santa Cruz gonna throw 100.
Gamboa after Zion Williams.
Yeah. Man, bust out his wrestling shoe, his wrestling boot. Yeah, dogs. It's gonna be a good one.
What I tell you, bro?
What?
Your Celtics looking good, bro.
Yeah, Celtics looking good, man. 3-0. We 3-0 on these Bammers, man. We just need one more win. And if I were them, I'd get that W, man. No prolonging, because there's not these games. These dudes they only got 1 day to rest because they're in the bubble. It's every other day.
Yeah.
You know, if you beat them on Sunday, tomorrow, who they play? They know. Oh, the Raptors. Damn, the Raptors. They doing damage to. I think the Raptors just swept Brooklyn today. So they gonna have plenty of time to rest too. Yeah, man. Boxing Learner in the chat. What's up with you, Boxing Learner? He says, damn, hopefully Gervonta gives it his A game. He's going to have to. He's going to have to. This is a big stage, pay-per-view, man. You know, him versus a Hispanic. You know, that's the Floyd Mayweather and them formula for making buku bucks. Black dude versus a Hispanic dude on a Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day weekend. That was Floyd Mayweather's formula to getting stupid rich. They try to do the same blueprint for Javante Tank Davis. Why would they put him in there with Gary Russell? Floyd Mayweather ain't about that life because Gary Russell could expose the kid because Gary can box and Gary's a southpaw too and Gary got a mean right hook. Lomachenko, they never made that fight versus Tank Davis because he was too green. Lomachenko could ruin his plans of becoming a future star. So they've cherry-picked. That's the truth about the matter, the fact. They've cherry-picked since the Pedraza fight. Because till this day, the best opponent on his resume at the time, at least pound for pound, like when he fought the guy was Pedraza. What you think, Chris? You agree with that?
About what? Say that again.
Tank Davis, the best fighter he ever fought on his resume at the time when he did fight him was Pedraza. Yeah, and we're in 2020. So he's been cherry-picked, and that fight was in 2016. He's been cherry-picking since 2016 till now. So Floyd Mayweather and them, they've made him into a star. He is a star, social media. Now we'll see what he do on pay-per-view versus a Mexican fighter. And, this is where it's at right now, man. Hey, Chris, I'll tell you another thing that's with Cannoli, why his popularity been dwindling, and not only because of the DAZN. You know what's another thing?
The drone shooter.
Nah, his popularity dwindling right now. Canelo hasn't been in no race type of war, race type of fight, like it's, what I mean? Like when he fought against Floyd Mayweather. He hasn't been in those type of fights. Danny Jacobs is a good guy. He says the right things. He's not gonna, Danny Jacobs only guy who's really got him out of Danny Jacobs' character is Jamal Charlo, and he really son Jamal Charlo. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Danny Jacobs, even how he fight, he's not aggressive enough.
He needs somebody like that's gonna be.
Cannoli ain't, and Jamal Charlo would be that guy. Because, a lot of people don't like the Charlo brothers. They want to see him get knocked out. And people. He did, yeah. Yep. Yep. That's what Cannoli's missing right now, man. Or a Mexican rivalry. Like how Morales and those guys had. He says he's not going to fight no Mexican. Look, it's not a coincidence. All of a sudden, he's being put in position to fight for the vacant WBC belt that David Benavidez had. Why didn't he ever try to fight David Benavidez? Benavidez wants that fight, just like everybody in boxing. They want a Canelo payday. And he's worthy of it because he has a strap. If Canelo could beat him, kudos to him. Props. So Canelo ain't got that race type of war like a Kovalev Ward. You know how people was on that. You know what I mean? Lomachenko Rigondeaux. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those type of fights gonna bring back Cannoli fans. Because I'm trying to tell you right now, a lot of his fans, even in Mexico, they probably don't even know when he fights. Because Cannoli don't even keep the Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day weekend dates. He fights when he wants. He ain't going to fight on this Mexican Independence Day weekend, September 12th. He's not fighting on that date. Yeah. He fought a Rocky Felding in December. That
was Bill Wennington.
Yeah, Bill Wennington. So, Cannoli just got to get the right opponents. That's, Triple G was his last good opponents. And those fights were not even on DAZN. HBO got them pay-per-view numbers, you know what I mean? Before HBO got out the game. So
before they got
yeah. So DAZN wanted what they did on HBO, but Cannoli and Triple G has still not gotten together for the trilogy fight. Yep. So
Huh?
Cannoli
really mess with Oscar still.
Nah, he don't like him.
Mess with Oscar like that.
Nah, he don't like him, man. Yo, it's gonna be turmoil, and I wouldn't be surprised. That video I did today with Regis Prograis and Maurice Hooker, who were on DAZN, they're now on PBC. I'm not saying Canoli's gonna come to PBC, but I'm sure he wants out. He wants out now because they trying to ask him to take a pay cut, which is only fair for his next fight. That was supposed to be versus Yildirim or whomever his next fight is. They want him to take a pay cut because of the COVID. It's going to be in an empty stadium or empty arena. They ain't going to fight in front of a crowd. So Canoli ain't trying to hear that. You know, he's blamed De La Hoya for him having to vacate his IBF strap. You know, it's a lot of things going on with the Golden Boy and Canoli right now. He got paid, and he wants that $36.5 million per fight because he ain't getting no pay-per-view revenue off of it, and he's not getting no gate money off of it. It's just a flat fee. Yeah, man. DAZN, don't be surprised if they get up out the American market and go back to Canada and Europe, wherever they were at before they came here. You know what I'm saying? The American market has not been kind so far to DAZN. You know, because DAZN has is not giving us the fights. DAZN, rather than paying for the big fights, DAZN is paying for fighters.
They might do like they might go to another sport because I'm starting to see when I had the app because I don't got the app no more.
Mm-hmm.
When I had the app, they starting to get more Major League Baseball on the app.
Yeah, and there wasn't no whole games. It's like highlights.
Oh, they was starting to. They said they was making games.
Well, they was gonna start showing whole games.
Yeah, it reminded me of when N1 was doing the street ball players. They started getting in the MMA. So they might change sports.
They might. If DAZN folds, if it folds for boxing, that means Matchroom, Golden Boy, and also Lou DiBella Entertainment. They ain't gonna have a home for boxing. You know, I think they should go to ESPN because I don't see them going to top PBC. Let's just be honest about it. Because PBC is a company where those guys who fight on PBC are really signed to like Al Heyman, you know? So what Al Heyman and them gonna bring a Ryan Garcia over to PBC and give him his own card and him not fighting no PBC fighters and just give... I don't see them doing that. That's basically sharing they time slots with these other entities. That they ain't gonna do that.
I think the only person that probably do that is Canelo, because you see what Pacquiao and Floyd did when they left Hearn and stuff.
Yeah. Canoli would go there for to be on PBC like Pacquiao did.
Yeah, because when that first shit happened with Hearn, when the first shit happened with De La Hoya, I heard Hearn and them was like they'll sign him, like PBC want to take meetings with him. By 2022, I don't see him signing with Golden Boy no more.
Yeah.
I heard he was I read one article trying to get out of his contract.
Yeah, I've read about that months ago too. You know? Yeah. Only way I could see is if Canoli signs exclusively like Pacquiao did on PBC. Then they'll sign him on, of course. And he'll be doing big pay-per-view numbers. And
plus, he got his own fighters too, Marcy.
Yeah, he does.
Because you remember when he got robbed, when his father got robbed when he fight?
Carl Frampton. Yeah, I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They already got Chepo Reynoso training Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is a PBC fighter. You know?
Yeah, that's why I said the most logical that makes sense will be PBC.
That would mean he'd have to leave Golden Boy.
I don't think he fought with Oscar. When they do a little, when he got a fight, that fight we did together, he wasn't even saying shit to Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Cause I don't look. Al Heyman and Golden Boy done business even after they broke up because they made Cannoli versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Um, but I just don't see Golden Boy's whole stable just going to PBC. That ain't gonna happen. They can go to they can go fuck with Bob Arum over there, and I'm sure Bob Arum gonna play hardball too. Cause when you watch ESPN boxing, it's not just called ESPN boxing; it's called Top Rank boxing, just like back in the day. Back in the day, huh?
Technically, BBC fighters was Golden Boy fighters.
Absolutely, yeah, they were. From Broner to the Charlos, Abner Mares, Leo Santa Cruz, Robert the Ghost Guerrero, Sean Porter. I remember Floyd Mayweather was fighting on Golden Boy cards. That's who promoted him. Yeah. So Eddie Hearn, before he got with Matchroom, was freelancing in America. He'd have his fighters fight guys on PBC. He'd have his fighters fight guys on ESPN. Then he got a home. He got his DAZN thing. But I don't know if that thing will last too long right now, because they even canceled the whole card, not one fight, a whole card with Javier Fortuna when he was supposed to fight Linares. Linares test positive for COVID. They put a whole other opponent for Javier Fortuna. That opponent's scared. He don't want to fight. They scrapped the whole card. That's not good, man. But a lot of people ain't gonna know that because DAZN don't advertise on TV. You know, you don't see commercials of this fight except when Cannoli fights. They have DAZN commercials for Cannoli. Yeah, man. Boxing's business.
They should have done what they were supposed to do. They should have made it to a channel.
Yeah, man. If it was a channel, yeah. And it would be a sports channel like ESPN, right?
Yeah, that's what they should have done. They was trying to do that too.
It would be a sports channel like ESPN that shows the Bellator and it shows the boxing. What else they show on that? The MLB highlights, or now maybe even whole games? What else? They show was they showing? Nah, that's ESPN Plus. They show like Italian league, the Italian league like Juventus and Inter Milan and them. What else does DAZN show?
50 Cent be up there a lot because he bought Bellator.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his he like Dana White. That's his shit over there.
You see, and 50 Cent gonna promote his shit on his Twitter or his Instagram.
Yeah, 50 Cent promote more than the boxing that people do on that shit though.
Yeah, he promotes like shit. Everything.
When I open the app and I see the boxing shit on one side and I see Bellator, he got 50 Cent face all over that shit.
Wow.
When I have it.
Yeah, they should have made it into a TV channel, like a sports channel, 24/7. But maybe they didn't have the capacity to do that because an app, you pick what you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? On an app, it's like, you got your remote, you can go, you toggle through your shit and you go to what you want to watch. A channel is like you put on the TV and you just watch what's on there. Unless they have some on-demand thing, which they should have. You know what I mean? If you're a TV channel. Huh?
It's something about Austin. He kind of slick, right? He put they got a library of old fights. He put, when he had them guys under contract, he got all the BBC fighters on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you told me. That's cool.
Danny Garcia fighting Lucas Batiste in the library.
Yeah, they got the rights to that.
Yeah, they got the rights to Floyd. They got a lot of Floyd fights over there.
Mm-hmm.
They got all Floyd fights when he was under Golden Boy on the zone.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, man, what the hell, man? I'm watching my Fox 5. It's 8 o'clock. Where's the boxing at?
I ain't got cable. I got internet TV. I'm about to watch on my box.
Me too. I'm on my box. I put on Fox 5.
What you watching it on? Mount or TV Tap?
I'm on TV Tap right now. Yeah, it says 8 o'clock. Sean Porter versus Sebastian Formella. I'm putting on my Fox right now, and they showing some Family Feud with Steve Harvey. And then the other Fox is showing some LA
I have
Gap.
to go down to all the bosses and find it. That's why I used to have to.
That shit they showing LA Galaxy soccer. I'm about to go to Mobdro and type in Fox. And you know in Mobdro they got a lot of Fox channels.
I think it's on Fox Sports, though.
Nah. I'm looking at the TV guy right now. It's on channel Fox 5, regular big Fox for the whole country to see for free. Then I gotta find a stream for this. The best fights on the night. Not Jesse, but Alida Alvarez versus
Oh, I'm gonna be at the watch there. I got the damn app.
Oh yeah, you got the app. Whew. Hold up, one sec. I gotta use the bathroom, man.
I'm gonna find this shit.
Oh yeah, I got it on. Sean Porter.
What channel?
I got it on Fox. I went to Mobdro, and then I typed in Fox in the search bar, and then I just scrolled through. Which Fox?
Fox USA.
Oh, okay, I see what's going on. None. You see what they doing is the soccer joint by the finish, and right when it finishes, they showing I'm not on Fox USA. I'm on the Fox WPMT. I think that's Chicago. They about to show the boxing right after this soccer stuff finishes. You see the soccer?
Yeah, I was on Family Feud.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
When you find the soccer joint, just leave it on that channel. It's gonna come right after that. All right, what fellas in the chat says, Boxing Learner says, is the Joe Smith fight on regular ESPN? Nah, it's gonna be on ESPN Plus. Cause I just checked ESPN's what you call it? The TV guide, and it's not on there. They're showing UFC.
Is it Fox in Spain? Because I'm on Mobdro.
They're on commercial right now.
I know I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, it's on one of the two Foxes. Dillan Whyte got smashed, got laid out.
Man, that shit don't tell me. I don't know. I had to cash out this dude.
Damn, the ESPN boxing looked like it started already. It started at 7:30. Yeah, they started already. Looks like I'm gonna have to put up a tablet, or I'm gonna have to watch two things at once. I hate doing that. Because I want to see Alida Alvarez and Joe Smith Jr.
What time they fight start though?
I'm not sure, but the card started already.
Legendarily won around the motherfucker.
You know who be acting like a coon on TV? He be acting like a straight coon on the boxing shit. And you could tell, man, these people making him do that. Tim Bradley. You never see Tim Bradley on the ESPN joint. He be making a fool out of himself. Sometimes he be eating live a whole sandwich while he's live on the air, taking big bites, looking stupid. Like, I know you guys trying to get, huh?
Tim Bradley, the Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah. PBC Fight Night, Sean Porter versus Sebastian Formella next. I'm probably about to cut off this live stream, y'all. Be Marsh Boxing. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Big ups to everybody who came through in the chat. And I'll probably come back live for these ESPN cards and the ESPN Elite Alvarez versus Joe Smith Jr. and the PBC card with Sebastian Fondura versus Nathaniel Gallagher. Very good fight. I'm looking forward to that. And Sean Porter facing the guy whom he's fighting. I'm gone. Peace.